Well, since the Iraqi offensive began, the United Nations say 54,000 people have fled Mosul. It's concerned that up to 700,000 more could follow. But many families are choosing to stay. And as Nicole Johnston reports, their main problem is a severe shortage of supplies.
Driving around Mosul, it feels abandoned. Shops are closed. There are few signs of life. Just the thud of fighting in the distance. But then you see this. It's 8 a.m. and the crowd is growing. People have heard there's food and water here and are desperate to get it. This is the only help people inside Mosul are getting. No aid groups are here. It's too dangerous. The Iraqi army is handing out supplies, but it doesn't have enough. This man used to work at a university, but since Daesh took over, he's had no job and no income.
I am here for getting foods for family. I've had 7 in families. I have 5 children and my wife and I am.
Do you have any food now?
I am not have anything. I am weak. I am suffering from the heart and I am sickness. I'm not have strong for waiting with this human. And I am sickness.
The crowd surges forward. The Iraqi army tries to keep them under control.
Every morning, thousands of people from Gochali neighbourhood are lining up here for supplies. It's still quite a tense situation. You can see how chaotic it is. People are frustrated. They say they have no food and no water at home, and this is the only place they can get enough to try and keep their families alive. Assalamu alaikum.
These women call on us to help them. They say there's no food, no water, no basic necessities, there's nothing. This woman says we are showering in sewage water. They claim they liberated Iraq, and in Gochali everyone is hungry. The rich people are getting food, but not the poor. They've endured more than 2 years under Daesh. Now they must endure this, living with dwindling supplies on the edge of a devastated city.
Well, Nicole is now in the refugee camp of Hassan al-Sham, and she sent this update.
It's a very difficult situation for people living inside Mosul, but it's also not easy. If you've managed to flee from Mosul, you've escaped, you're safe perhaps, but you're in one of these camps. Here there are 11,000 people. They've arrived just in the last week, and the camp is full. Now, for some more information, we're joined by Carolyn Gluck. She's the spokeswoman for the United Nations High Commission for Refugees. The UN had been talking about a mass exodus from Mosul. Is that what we're seeing?
We were predicting in worst-case scenario in the first 2 weeks of the operation as many as 200,000 people could flee. In the event, we're almost a month since the offensive started and it's around 54,000 people. We're trying to provide shelter, food, water, all the basics for people within a very short time period. And we've been lucky, I think, to a certain degree that the mass exodus hasn't happened. But alongside that, we have some concerns too. Why haven't more people come out? What is preventing them from fleeing? Is it safe for them to stay in their home where the fighting continues, or are they being prevented from fleeing? We're in one of them, Hassan Sham. As you said, almost 11,000 people. Within the space of 4 days, it became full. We are currently still building 6 other camps. Others are open. We have capacity at the moment to provide shelter for about 54,000 people. But our plan is to open more camps if we can find the land. But finding suitable land that is in a safe location, that isn't full of landmines and unexploded devices, is really a critical issue for us.
Thank you for joining us on TRT World. So clearly it's not easy living here in the camps. One thing we have seen is how important it is for people to try and stay in communication, to have their mobile phones. We've seen many people using our own generator to charge up their phones because many of the people here still have family and friends inside Mosul city, so they're doing whatever they can to stay in touch with them.